Today we are taking on one of the hardest fish to catch in the world. They're massive, powerful, and unpredictable. Most fishermen can hook them, but few can actually land them. Oh! Will we be able to conquer the king of the water, or will we leave empty-handed? Let's find out. Our trip starts in Miami, Florida, a vibrant coastal city on the water where beautiful architecture, fancy living, and amazing restaurants meets world-class fishing. If you haven't guessed it already, we're going to be targeting one of Florida's most famous fish, the silver tarpon. Tarpon are massive, silver-scaled game fish known for their explosive power, acrobatics, and relentless fights. Often called the Silver King, they can grow over 200 pounds and are famous for their aerial leaps and head-shaking battles when they're hooked. These fish thrive in warm coastal waters, moving between inshore bays, estuaries, and offshore reefs. They're highly intelligent and selective feeders, often rejecting baits with the slightest suspicion. Catching a tarpon is really hard. As soon as you hook one, it jumps high out of the water and shakes its head like crazy to try and get free. Their mouths are tough like bone, so the hook hardly ever stays in, and even if it does, they fight for a long time, sometimes over an hour, pulling as hard as they can to escape. That's why catching and landing a tarpon is one of the biggest challenges for any fisherman. We are meeting up with an old friend of ours, who we met 7 years ago when our channel first started. Chris is an amazing fisherman and captain here in Miami. Fishermen from all over the world come onto his charter for a shot at catching a tarpon, and we're honored to give it a shot with him. If you want to book a trip with him, look him up under Fishing Booker or his Instagram. I'll leave all of his information in the description below. Our trip starts at 9 p.m. in the middle of the night. While the city is partying, we will be out here partying in our own way. Before we go fishing, I wanted to treat my wife and camerawoman to the fancy date night that she deserves. For those of you who don't know, this is my wife Erin. She is responsible for making this show happen.
Hi.
She films and directs the show and does so much behind the scenes work to make the Hey Skipper show happen. So everyone, let's give her a shout out in the comments. I'm taking her to a swanky Italian restaurant called Sofia in the heart of the Miami district.
That is stinking.
It's like really good, right?
This spot is famous for their homemade pasta, truffles, and cocktails. After dinner, it's time to meet up with Chris and get to work.
Ready?
It's Friday.
Hey,
What's up, man?
what's up, Chris? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Good.
Good to meet you, man. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
It's been
like
years.
maybe like 4 years or
It's
something.
been a long time.
Yeah.
More than that.
We met under that bridge, right?
Ma'am, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Are those popping corks or are they slip floats?
The shadow line.
Oh, that's why you call shadow line fishing.
That's why I call it shadow line fishing. So
Dude.
maybe mess around with some jacks, maybe some mangrove snappers. We call it like a 15, 16-inch mangrove snapper the other day.
Hey, I didn't know they bit at night.
Just so we can kill some time.
Okay.
You know, we can kill some time. We'll let the tide do its thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Let's do it, man.
we'll transition over to the tarpon fishing.
Awesome.
And it's hectic, but it's super fun.
Oh, I believe
Super
it.
fun.
Are the
But the night
odds like two for 7? Is that what you got?
2 for 7.
Is
yeah.
that good ratio?
That's a decent ratio. They have a hard mouth, so they're kind of hard to hook. So that's why we're using circle hooks.
Okay, so they hook themselves.
So they hook themselves, and there's a kind of like a technique. That's the reason why we use a bobber as well, because we're able to see where our bait is in the shadow line.
Oh, I see.
And also, you know, once you get taken, you kind of want to let them eat it, and then you're closing the bail and just reeling down.
Oh, so you have the bail open when they're eating it too. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you exactly how.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, everybody's got their own style. This is what I do, and it's what's
Cool.
you know successful for me at least.
Cool.
Let's move it on. This tide is not the best tide, but it doesn't mean that we won't catch anything on it.
Right.
I like the beginning of the outgoing, maybe like the first hour of that strong water flow is usually good, or the end. Put a couple in the
You've been
boat
going out a lot, huh? Almost every night?
almost every night, yeah.
Are you doing this full time?
Not exactly full time yet, but I should be transitioning soon.
Is that the goal? Is that what you want to do full time with this?
Yeah, eventually get there. It's work, but it's an honest living, I guess you could say.
And it's a lot of adrenaline too.
It is, man. It is. This time of the year, we got something called hand picks.
Oh, are they?
So they're
those are
colossal
big shrimp
shrimp, yeah.
ones.
Colossal.
Big
Colossal
pink
shrimp.
shrimp.
So yeah, we use these guys for the tarpon.
Oh wow,
We're gonna get a decent sized shrimp. We got a lot of them, so we got a lot of bait to go through.
that's awesome.
Okay. So you don't want to puncture the heart or the head. They got like a little button kind of,
Uh huh.
and it just.
Oh, I
goes,
see that little button.
Yep, and
Okay.
it just goes perfectly
Oh,
through,
under it. Okay.
and it stays alive.
Dang.
So red.
Yep.
Sorry. So when we actually, if we were to hook onto a tarpon, what's the actual tactic here?
Well, the tactic is fighting the fish, right? So you just got to focus on that. But you'll kind of feel the tension kind of give in, and that's kind of when they'll do the jump. So what I do is I kind of hold the rod at a 45-degree angle, and I'll put it on my hip, and it's called bowing to the king. So when you feel that tension kind of going slack, not going slack, but kind of giving
Easing
in,
up a little bit. Okay.
that fish is most likely going to jump. So that's when you want to stay at that 45-degree angle. When it does jump, you want to bow to it. So
Bow
what that
this
does
way.
it exactly. You want to point that rod tip at that fish. What it does is it kind of releases the tension off the line, because when that fish jumps, it's jumping 10 feet up in the air, and it's literally moving its head around in a very vicious way.
Right.
So you risk the line either breaking off or the fish landing on the line or whatever it is. So you want to release that slack. You want to give it
Oh,
slack.
I see. I see. So when it does land, you have
when
the
it does
tension
land,
to.
Exactly. We're using a long leader, about a 5.5, 6 foot leader. So that way it gives us a good chance of landing that fish, because braid doesn't stretch, but the mono does.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Do they have gill plates that'll cut it, or like
They
a
don't
snook?
have gill plates that'll cut it. Usually when they swallow the hook, their mouths are very abrasive. So that could be a factor, but it's 60-pound leader.
Okay.
I mean, it should be more than enough to handle that. So
I'm excited. Let's give it a try.
I have the side scanner on just in case we do see something and we're able to identify it.
And then-
I usually have 1 or 2 rods out.
Are you holding that, or you just put loose drag? How do you do that?
If I'm holding it, then I'm tight on the drag. If I have it on the rod holder, I'm loose on the drag. I don't like it in the rod holder because when they do jump, it'll kind of like take the rod off the rod holder. But I mean, I haven't lost a rod yet.
Okay, that's my next question.
I've seen it happen, but I've never lost one yet. But usually when we're tarpon fishing, we're actively
Feeding it line.
Feeding it line. Yeah, I'll show you exactly what we do. This is very dependent on current. We're not exactly casting. We're using the current to our advantage.
You're letting it just
We're
push
letting
the
it,
shrimp.
Exactly, and so it looks natural, because the shrimp is never going to swim against the current. It's gonna go with the current.
Right.
So the bobber is there, so this hook is heavy enough for this shrimp, for it to sink the shrimp. So what we do is, we have a split shot, we have our circle hook, and then about 4 feet off that, we have a bobber. And what the bobber does, it just keeps it on top.
Okay.
The split shot sinks it down a little bit fast enough where it keeps it at the perfect water column, you know, for these fish.
And these snook these tarpon are only 4 feet under? Or they'll come up and smack it?
Yes, right. So tarpon have really good eyesight. So even if they're, let's say, 50 feet deep, they'll see the shrimp. So the same thing. We're hooking the shrimp through what I call the button. We're using a 3/0 circle hook, 60-pound leader, and about 1.5 foot, we got a split shot. So that's gonna keep that shrimp flowing perfectly through this current. Like I said, it's not a lot of casting because it's kind of hard to cast this setup, right? But you could kind of give it a little wiggle out there and kind of see how you see the bobber. You want to keep an eye on that bobber. It's moving slowly because the current still hasn't picked up like where it's strong enough. So I'm kind of feeding it line. And the way that I do it is I fish with the bail open, right? So I have 2 fingers, on my line actively as I'm feeding it line. When I want it to just stay, like if we were fishing the shadow line, for instance, I'll hold it with just 2 fingers. And what happens is when that fish takes, you'll know it's a tarpon, because that line is just going to strip off your fingers so fast. When that happens, your bobber's missing. Obviously, you know you're on. You're just going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. You're just going to close the bail and reel into it.
No setting the hook.
No setting the hook because we're using circle. Yep.
Awesome.
So.
You got all that, Brendan?
Yep. In theory.
So the bobber is about maybe 30 feet off the boat.
Oh, I see.
The furthest I'll ever let it go out is no further than maybe 40 feet.
Okay.
So you can hold it for a second there. What you don't want is your shrimp to helicopter in the current. So every so often you can kind of feed it some line. So
Okay.
that way it looks completely natural.
Okay. It's all right if I lose sight of the bobber, right? Just keep my finger on the line.
The bobber's not there for, I mean, it's there for visual, but it's more there to keep your
it
shrimp
up. Right.
at the perfect water column. Perfect. This is tarpon. Big tarpon, big tarpon. Big tarpon. Hold on.
Oh,
he spit it?
shit. Spit it.
Wow.
Dang.
Big tarpon.
That was a big one.
Big tarpon. Big tarpon. Big tarpon.
How did he
Right
spit
here.
it?
He just jumped off. That's probably what happened.
Jeez.
Let's see what we got
Smoked
back.
me. That came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere. Yep.
Do you think he broke the hook? No, he just jumped the
Nope,
hook.
He just jumped off.
That was crazy. Look at that.
He frayed us up, huh?
Dude, that was crazy.
Well, we're 0 for 1. That was a big fish. That was like an 80-pound fish here. I'll let you use this one. I'll have to retie that.
That was massive.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the split shot from this one, that middle split shot.
Oh, this doesn't even have a split shot on it.
Yeah, I didn't have. So that's another thing that I do. It's a lot of experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
So I've noticed that out here where I'm fishing right now, I don't put that middle split shot.
Uh-huh.
So it keeps it higher on the water column, and my chances are a little better. So that's why I did that on that one.
One on each so you see
on
which
each
one. Now
side.
you take it off
So
of
now
that
I
one.
take it off of that one.
Okay,
So grab
smart.
this.
I mean, that thing was just no
That was
chance.
a big fish. I saw
had-
it. It was about 80 pounds. Pretty big fish.
I didn't even get a second to get any kind of line on it. That was just completely smoked me.
So that's the button. We want to hook him in the corner of the mouth. It's like kind of like a soft spot where like the jaw meets, like where both, I guess, jaws or whatever it is,
So it also matters. It's just by luck if it hooks the right spot
100%,
on the tarpon too.
100%. So exactly what I did there. Bail open, line just started pouring. That's when I said I was on, and I didn't close the bail just yet. I gave it about 3 seconds, close it, and you just reel tight. Okay, you kind of lift up the rod slowly and reel tight. You don't want to set the hook.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do it again.
Dude, that was crazy, man.
Don't feel bad, because that's the tarpon tango, man. we're 0 for 1 already. We're gonna put on one of these big shrimp. So the button is between the brain and the heart, and it's kind of like a soft section. And what that does is it doesn't kill the shrimp, because if you penetrate the heart or the brain, you kill it instantly. You stun them. So it's kind of like their mouth, and it's perfectly hooked. And 9 times out of 10, you got a good hook set, and you're gonna land the fish.
Okay.
You want tension at all times on that line, because if not, you give it a little bit of slack, and it's gonna spit.
Okay.
But only when it's jumping, you want to kind of remove that slack. The first 5 or 10 minutes of that fight, depending on how big these fish are, they're gonna dictate the fight. You got to break their spirit, and then after that, then you're in command.
So mostly, like, you mean they're going to dictate by they're going to just continually
They're
peel, they're going to jump.
drag. They're going to get close to the boat, and then they're going to take off another 50 yards. You think you have them ready, they're not ready. So they're going to dictate the fight the first 10 minutes. It's kind of like a rule of thumb for me. After that, then you can start putting the heat on them, start turning them. It's all about turning the head.
Okay.
So if it's going that way, you kind of want to use your rod to the advantage, where you're going to, then you start dictating the fight. So I want to turn them. When we fish the bridges, it's very important. Think about it if you're walking a dog. So you want to turn them left, your rod tip goes left, hard. Like it's a hard. Like it's, you risk a lot because you're putting a lot of tension on the line, but that's just the risk to reward ratio.
Yeah,
That's just the way it is. So.
They got to get tired first before they're just going to give up. They're not
first.
going to just give up.
And once we get them next to the boat, sometimes the fight's not over once it's next to the boat.
Are you for real?
Did you hear that? I think it must have been a jack or
Must
something.
have been a jack, yeah.
All right, back in. It was pulling for a second and then done.
Still got your bait?
Yeah, still got it.
Is it alive and kicking?
It's alive. Oh, it's kicking. Yeah.
All right, that's what we want.
Oh.
Might be a snook. Go to the front. That's the tarp. Is it a tarpon?
It hasn't jumped yet. I wouldn't know the
Follow
difference.
it. What do we got, baby? What do we got?
Ooh, it's fighting.
hoping that's Mr. Snook.
Oh!
Oh, he came off.
It snapped. It came off.
Oh,
Damn. Darn it. And everything came off.
everything came off.
Everything came off.
Let's see.
What do you think that was?
Oh, maybe a big barracuda or something.
It bit everything off.
Bit everything off. Or maybe Mr. Shark. God
Who
knows.
knows?
God knows.
Dang.
Well,
That one just started swimming this way.
it could have been a shark.
Could have been a shark.
Could have been a shark.
Eating a shrimp like that?
Yeah. As long as you're moving it, as long as you're bouncing it off the bottom, you know. I mean,
Dude,
that's
this
a
could
clean
keep
cut, man. That's 40-pound test.
That's crazy.
That wasn't a snook because there's no freight.
Wow.
So, well, there's
That could
action.
keep me here all night.
Yeah. There's action. Clean freight. Clean take. That could have been a shark or a cuda or something.
Okay.
It is what it is. I didn't really enjoy tarpon fishing until I started guiding. I much rather watch someone else catch tarpon. For me, it's more like I enjoy other
people catching them?
Yeah, it's a thrill. So
Yeah. That's how I feel about when I take people shark fishing on the beach.
right,
I don't care to catch them myself, but I love watching other people like feel like the power of something that big.
that's kind of like what I feel. You know, I've hooked into monsters. You know, 120 pounders, 150 pounders. You're 15, 20 minutes into the fight and your arm is already like, oh, geez, like what, you know, like am I at the gym or am I fishing?
You think this boat will spook them?
Nah. Oh, fish on. That's a tarpon.
Yeah.
All right, what side is it on?
The left. Oh,
My life.
damn.
Tarpon blowing up right here next to the boat. That's a tarpon.
Oh, that was crazy. I let it eat. It took everything.
Took everything. Yeah, he probably broke off on the piling.
Oh,
That's all right.
it snapped me on the braid.
Yep.
He ran me all the way down there. Here's the FG knot.
You got the FG knot back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
How did that
very
happen?
weird. I have no idea. That's very weird.
That thing was massive. I let it eat for like, I thought was like 3
That was
seconds.
3 seconds. Yep. All right, let's get you on another one.
Oh, that felt good though.
Right here. I'll retie that.
You're gonna have to retie that FG knot? That's a nice looking knot though.
That's crazy though. It broke at the tip of the. That's wild.
It could have been like some sharp thing on the side of there that just,
Maybe. God knows. Did you feel a kink or something? Nothing.
nothing. I couldn't get any kind of,
You're not gonna stop it. Is that what you mean?
yeah,
You're not gonna stop.
I'm not gonna be able to get any kind of reel in, huh?
No, yeah, you gotta wait till it stops.
Okay.
Like I said, they're gonna dictate the fight in the beginning. After that, then you.
So you pretty much just put the pressure on them, let them do their thing.
just keep the line tight. That's all. That's all it is. Keep
Okay.
the line tight. When you're fighting them, just make sure that rod is bent.
Okay.
Don't tie the FG knot on the boat because it's a pain in the butt. But I'm gonna do it for you.
Oh, pulling. Oh, maybe it was a jack. These fish are messing with me. Check my bait.
Yeah, check it. Let's get a new one.
Oh, kicking.
Okay.
We're good.
I do it the old school way. So I put the line in my mouth, and I do about 20 reps. One going each direction. It's kind of hard to tell because it's nighttime. All right, that's about 20. And then what I do is I just do it's an overhand knot, hitch, just to kind of keep the coils together, just like that. Got this PVC that I put some electrical tape on so I can cinch it down as hard as I can. Wait a little bit. Just cinch it down as hard as you can. That's where the knot comes together. Now I do something called a risotto knot, which is a finisher. Right now as it is, it'll come undone, especially if it's going through the guides and whatnot. So what I do is, it's called the risotto knot. And it's just 6 loops, and then you loop that. You get that loop that I just created, and you come back 6 times. And then you cinch it down together. And that right there is your FG knot. Just like
That is a nice knot.
Take the tag off. I like to torch my ends, my tag ends. And that just compacts everything. Just makes everything nice and tight. So that way, this will be able to go through the guides with no issues. It won't destroy your guides and your line won't come undone.
Do you see that little hole right there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that? You put it in there and it fits perfectly, look.
Find it like a jack. Yep. Mr. Jack.
Nice. Bit on a dead shrimp?
On a dead shrimp and a jig. If I can get him to chill out.
Fun thing to do in between the tarpon.
Yep. These guys are all over the place now. They're gonna get a lot bigger now in the spring. Call them hour jacks when they get bigger. It takes about an hour to fight them. Let them go.
So that's what's been stealing all of our baits.
That's what's been sitting all over our baits.
All right, new way of hooking it. Take the tail off, hook it through. Man, I want to eat one of these shrimps. Dude. All right, that was good. Oh yeah, that was less than 5 seconds. Ooh. Can you imagine the pompano? That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
That'd be crazy.
Mr. Crewball. That's how you catch a fish in less than 5 seconds. Let me go, let me go. Cool. Now check out the bridges. We'll see how the bridge situation is doing. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's do this.
Is this one of the bridges we're gonna try?
Yeah.
All right.
If I'm not mistaken, this is all shrimp that's running through the bay right now. Lots of shrimp. About a foot or 2 foot off the line.
Oh shit. Same thing, open spool, right?
Open spool, yeah. And here, make sure that drag is tight.
Ooh.
Come on, come on.
There we go.
Get it. This is top. Come on, quick. Grab it.
Should I reel it or just hold it?
No, get him out of there. There you go. Get him out of there. Get in. There you go. Get into him. Come on, keep reeling. Get him out of there.
Yeah. He's right behind you. He's right here. He's right to the right of the.
All right, follow him. Trolling motor. Watch the trolling motor. Oh, you got a bow, baby.
Dude, I didn't.
It's okay.
Snapped it.
No, you didn't snap it. He just spit it.
Oh, shit. I saw him come up. I didn't know what that was happening. I was like, so I got a bow when that's happening.
Yeah, whenever you feel that line, kind of like it tenses up. It's such a weird feeling. You gotta like keep it, you know. But hey, we know they're here.
Bro, I saw it. I was like, oh shit, what's happening? And then I just completely blanked.
That guy did not know he was hooked. The whole entire time, he did not know he was hooked.
Yeah, because you got him out of that pretty quick.
Yeah, he was in that corner right there.
Damn.
I didn't want to give you the rod right away because I wanted to
No,
get him
yeah,
out.
do that again. Make sure you get it on there. I messed up. I got to bow
You
it.
didn't mess up. That's.
I was about to say, he's about to jump. And then I realized, wait. Damn, that was so crazy.
That's okay.
That was so crazy. Damn, my hands are shaking now. Damn.
We're getting closer though. I feel like we're getting closer.
Damn, that was the closest I've ever gotten to a tarpon.
Gonna jump in the boat. Come on.
Make sure he's on there.
Grab it. Come on, get him out of there.
Oh, the second I touched it. God damn it. Fuck. The second I grabbed it.
He was pinned. I thought I had him pinned. That's all right.
Where was he?
In the satellite.
Jeez.
I'm just surprised they're not fucking jumping, bro.
I am beyond tired, and my morale is shot. We have been fishing from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. and lost every single battle we have engaged in. I've learned that hooking a tarpon is only the beginning. Fighting it and landing it is another story. But Chris reminds me that there are only 2 spots that you can hook a tarpon, the top of the mouth and the side of the mouth. Anywhere else, the fish will most likely shake the hook off. This experience was eye-opening to me, and although we're leaving empty-handed, the tarpon has earned my respect. Chris assured me not to feel bad, that this is a game of chance and luck. Make a trip to Miami and try your luck with Chris. He's a fantastic captain, and it is so exhilarating to hook a fish with him. And who knows, you might land one. My battle was lost, but the war still wages on. Till next time.